So again, LP Mamas is your formula. That's your script. Use it. Help convert more buyer leads into actual clients and commissions. Hi, this is Brian Icenhower. Welcome to the show today. I want to talk to you a little bit today, gang, about agent scripts for taking control and coming for curiosity. I really want to put a focus on this. I've seen this a lot out there, and this has been around. I mean, I could date myself. It's been, 3 or 4 decades I've been in this business, and I've watched, I'm that Gen X guy that half his business was pre-internet and post-internet. So I kind of speak both languages, But this is one of those things that kind of transcends technology. It's kind of interesting, and it's lasted to this day. And I want to kind of talk about it because it's just a powerful method. It's so easy because people get really hung up on scripts, right? Like, wow, what happens? How do I convert, how do I convert somebody who wants to buy a house, a buyer lead? Like, what do I say to them? And back in the day, it was at an open house, or, I guess it could have been door knocking or a sign call, or a walk-in at floor time. See, back then people would sit at a front office desk and they would take floor time. You could answer the phone. People call off advertisements for listings in newspapers and things. Now they do it all online, I suppose, too, the same way. And that's one way it transcends. But anyway, they would have these scripts for people that sat at the front desks of these offices. And you'd get your license, and people sit up at the front desk, and there'd be they hand you a piece of paper. What's your script? Like, what do you say when people call about listings? Just like, what do you say when people walk into your open house about listings? What do you say to buyers, people that are in the market, at barbecues, at, social events, at the front desk, on the phone, off. And nowadays they do the same thing. Like I said, they call off online listings and things like that. Eventually you're hoping to be able to speak to these people, right? So when it comes time to actually speak to them, through all these different modules, what I want to do is give you kind of a quick, easy script. And it's one that we've used forever. And it was on that sheet of paper to those agents that were sitting, at the front desk for call time. Just imagine, like, I just think back to like Century 21, yellow mustard jackets, and, going way back, and people like, touring around, looking at all the houses that come up for sale in person with a realtor caravan all over school. And then, then you come back and you sit at this desk and they give you this sheet of paper, and it's basically got an acronym across the top. It's an acronym that still works in lots of ways today, so I want you to learn it, okay? You can Google it. It's been out there for a while. It's called LP Mama. It is famous. If you've ever got anybody with a little experience under them in real estate sales training, I guess you got to go back 20, 30 years or so. LP Mama is well known. LP Mama. Okay, so LP MAMA, LP Mama, and there's it doesn't really mean anything other than that, LP Mama, but it stands for something, right? It's location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, appointment. Okay, and then I actually add an S on the end, LP Mamas, for search. Okay, so I that's something that I add, LP Mamas, for search about a decade ago. It still works, because if you're in a conversation, it's hard to start scripting. Everybody's different. Everybody has different stories. Like, I'm a neighbor, I'm this person, I'm that person. Well, I'm working with this person, or I'm doing that. And so it's very hard to have one script that works on anybody. And I don't want you to, you know what I mean? The key is to come from curiosity, but yet take control of the conversation. So we got to kind of do both, because we want to find out information. So we are going to be digging down with questions to kind of find out, hey, what do we got in here? What are we working with? So we're going to have to ask those questions, but we also want to come from curiosity and not be telling and selling and get pushy, or we're going to turn people off. We will, and we also want to feel like we're interrogating. So we have to it's a subtle dance of asking questions, but not pushing too hard, but also trying to help. Those are areas: location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, appointment, and search, LP mamas, that we can ask questions about. So even though, it doesn't even necessarily have to be in that order for sure, but like when you talk to an agent, you can say, okay, great, if they want to know the price of a home, or if they want to know, hey, how long has this home been on the market, or, anything like that, you can answer the question, but then start taking questions, say, have you been looking long? And now we're getting into motivation a little bit. Great. Are you just looking in this area? Now we're getting into location a little bit. Is this the price range primarily? And so now we can start asking questions where I'm starting to learn about what they're looking for so that I can help. Right? They haven't chosen to work with me. So, but I'm still doing the diagnostics like a doctor would, right? With a doctor, you choose, you show up, they take your temperature, they stick lights in your ears and wood and, tongue depressants down your tongue and check your throat and all that. Look up your nose, weigh you, have you breathe, check your heart, all that kind of stuff, do all your diagnostics. We have to kind of do that gently if we're converting someone who's not our client yet, right? So that we're not ready, we're not ready to sit down to a buyer consultation quite yet. So we got to start to figure out how we can help, because that's the whole idea, is figure out how we can help them. And usually the way we can help them is searching with buyers. We got to remember, that's why I put LP mamas. The last one is search. Searching is what we can help them with, because typically if they're looking at an open house or they're just calling off something they see online on Zillow or something, we could set them up on a listing e-alert search or something like that. And now they're getting emails that just for all the listings that come up right away, before they get sold, or multiple offers on them in their price range. They're randomly looking at open houses or randomly just looking on Zillow online. They're going to miss out on the vast majority of the homes. But if they want them emailed to them, like on a listing e-alert email drip or some other method that you have for searching, maybe you want to sell, that's how we can help them, because the way that they're looking is not the way you would go about looking. You would set yourself up on a search and start looking in an area and acquire a property that way by familiarizing yourself with it, looking at all the properties and learning about the price, learning what the dollar will get you and the price per square foot, and what the size is and what you can get for your money there. And then pretty soon you'd find one you want, and you'd feel good about it, and you buy it. And that's what we want to try to get them to do too. And they don't always know that's the order. So that's what we can help them with in a kind of a subtle, delicate way by asking them cool questions. So they're coming in and you're just like, okay, is this the location you're looking in at the open house? Great. Okay. That type of thing. So we can learn a lot and ask those questions around location, price. Just remember LP mama. Agent, just so motivation, when you're looking to move, why you're looking to move, things like that. We want to find that out. Spend a lot of time asking about that. How long, timeline's important, because we can then set them up on different follow-up action plans in our CRM if we're able to get their contact information or more contact information. Agent, we want to make sure they're not working with somebody else. Have they signed anything to work with somebody else, I guess is the question. Mortgage, they have a lender yet? Can we help them there? It's another way to get them working with us, get them tied into us. So we definitely want to plan and also make sure that we're not wasting our time on them. So, and it's a way to move them forward, even if they're not ready to buy. At least things start getting their loan ready and we can start working for them, right? Moving them onto an in-person appointment is always important, if not a Zoom appointment, if that's all you can do. But either way, we want to get them set up on a search. That's why it's LP mamas, right? Location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, appointment, and search. Because we want to get them on listing e-alerts, either for the home they're selling and or the home they're looking to buy, with all their criteria listed of the home, the neighborhood, the price that we found all that information for, right? That's kind of how that is going to work when we're converting. Hopefully, you're using the Icenhower Coaching and Consulting seller lead sheet, where we've got a series of a bunch of different questions that are very detailed for any home buyer that we can ask, that we've just met, that we can convert on a telephone call, Zoom meeting, things like that, to get even more detailed. But initially, to get to that meeting, that's when we're using LP Mama, right? That's when we're using LP Mama. Location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, appointment, and search. And now if we do that, we're going to learn everything we need to do to go ahead and have that and convert them into working with us, whether it's a listing appointment or a buyer consultation or exclusive buyer agency agreement or even writing an offer. Because at that point, we're going to know where our obstacles are and we're going to be able to overcome them because we've asked all the questions. Any potential concerns we're going to have would have come up because those are generally where all the questions or all the different ways we can either help or uncover problems with working with each other. So again, LP Mamas is your formula. That's your script. Use it. Help convert more buyer leads into actual clients and commissions. All right, guys, enjoy and can't wait to see you on next week's show. Thanks again.